Hi everyone listening to the English Made Simple show. This is episode number 255, number 255, número 255. Welcome friends, welcome everybody. It's Milena from EnglishMadeSimple.net, EnglishMadeSimple.net. Thank you for tuning in to today's show. Welcome to the new and old listeners of the show. Thank you all for sticking around to support the show. It's been 4 years, 4 amazing years, and here we are still going. So I just wanted to say thank you. All right, so I think it's time that from now I am going to stop talking about the coronavirus pandemic. I understand this madness is not over yet. It appears like it is kind of over in Australia, as we don't have as many cases compared to other countries around the world, but we still all need to be very careful. So a big shout out to my listeners in the US, India, and South America. I know there's been some cases there that are increasing. There's also in Russia. I've got listeners from Russia as well. So yes, everyone just be careful and take care if you live in these countries. Well, this advice applies to everyone else too, of course, wherever you are in the world. It applies to everybody. Well, I think it's time I stop blabbering about the COVID-19. I shouldn't use the C word again. And we should really go back to our regular segment. How about we learn some new phrases today, huh? That sounds nice. After all, this is English Made Simple show, not breaking news show. I'll still make it relevant to the topic of pandemic, but I promise this is the last sentence I will mention the word pandemic. It's just been overused everywhere, and frankly, I'm sick of hearing about it. Well, this is now a good segue into today's episode. Today's episode is about English expressions and idioms that you can use when you're not feeling well. So when you are feeling ill or when you're feeling unwell. So I'll share 3 expressions now, so listen up carefully. Expression number 1 is to come down with something. To come down with something. So I think I used this expression in one of my earlier episodes from 2 years ago. I'll find that episode and maybe I'll link it to it on my website if you're curious to learn more about these expressions. But anyway, I'm going to share it again here. Okay, so the first phrase is to come down with something. So what this means is to become sick with an illness. The illness that is not a very serious illness, you're not feeling too sick, but it could be something that you're not able to explain, and it prevents you from doing your work, or maybe not preventing you from doing your work. It's not as serious. So if you say, I'm coming down with something, it kind of means that you're getting a cold, okay? Means to have the common cold that you get every winter. Like runny nose and maybe a head cold, but it's not a serious thing, okay? So in Spanish, I think this is for those Spanish speakers listening. In Spanish, this is resfriado or resfriada, okay? To come down with something, okay? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Moving on to expression number 2. To feel under the weather. To feel under the weather. Not literally, you are not under the weather. It does sound a bit funny. I don't know how this expression came about. But to feel under the weather means, you're not feeling well. So when someone says that they're feeling under the weather, it means that they might have the flu or a cold, or just generally they're feeling unwell. You can tell your boss that you feel under the weather and that you're not able to come into work, for example. you can use expression in those situations, kind of formal situations. Now, here's an example that you could use, and let's say that your boss is called John, okay? Let's imagine your boss is called John, and here's an example of how you can use this phrase. Hi, John, I'm feeling under the weather today. I'll stay at home and rest and come in tomorrow if I feel a bit better. Great. So you can send them a SMS message, a text message by phone, and call in sick. All right, amigos, if you've signed up to receive emails from me, just before we continue, I just want to say something. I'll share these 3 phrases in the email that is related to this episode. So if you're on my email list, you'll receive these 3 phrases that I'm using today inside the email with explanations. So you can learn this as well through email. If you'd like to have a copy of the transcript of all the episodes, I think over 60 plus episodes, you can go to englishmadesimple.net/transcripts to download transcripts instantly, and you can have a copy of these phrases that way. Radio. And now let me share the last phrase for today. Phrase number 3. Número 3. Okay, to get over something. To get over something. According to Well Inteligente or the online dictionary, to get over something means to become better after feeling ill or to recover from something after being sick. Let me explain it with some examples, all right? For example, when I get over the flu, I'll record my next episode. Or when I get over the flu, I'll go back to work. Okay, does that make sense? It's clear as mud. Okay. Furthermore, the expression to get over something could also relate to other things, okay? I just don't want to confuse you now. I will confuse you later, but not now. So to get over something could relate to other things, not just when you're feeling sick. And I'll share more on this in the next episode, okay, guys? Stick around until then. This is it for today, amigos y amigas. You have learned today, what did you learn today? 2 phrases that you can use when you're feeling unwell. And the third phrase you learned is you can use when you are recovered from an illness. So the third phrase is to get over something, okay? By using these 3 expressions, you'll sound super duper fluent to a native speaker. Now, thanks again for listening, amigos y amigas. At the moment, I'm releasing episodes on odd days, so if you're enjoying the show, then don't miss out on the next episode of the EMS show. If you'd like to keep up to date on the next episode of the English Made Simple show, visit englishmadesimple.net. When you visit englishmadesimple.net, you'll see my smiley face pop up from the side. Enter your details to keep notified of future episodes. Thanks again for listening. You've been jamming with Milena from English Made Simple. Until next time, hasta la próxima.
Mm-hmm.